I'm Miriam Gilmore and welcome to my channel on money and lifestyle. So today we will be talking to you about how to save money, especially if you are looking to possibly buy a home. So I've put together a list of different ideas and tips on how to save money. And we're just gonna trim some fat here, right? So one of the things, and my top, I think, way to trim is just looking at our daily expenses and how it is that we spend our money. It's as easy as looking on your, most of you have phone apps and you can look and see how it is that you spend your money on the daily. Things like your morning coffee. On average, when they've been polled, coffee is a very expensive thing. So most coffee places, your basic Starbucks, for a regular cup of black coffee, you're looking at probably about $2.10 per cup of coffee. So if you just buy a bag of coffee at the supermarket and you make your own coffee at home, right there you're gonna be saving tons of money. Things like that, like those small but yummy luxuries that we all like to splurge on, well, those are wonderful, but when your goal is to save money and you're really looking to do that and possibly even to buy a house, those are things that you maybe want to cut back because they're not necessities. Another thing that I would encourage you to look at is take a look at your monthly subscriptions. So things like your Netflix, Hulu. Some people are paying both, right? Netflix and Hulu. Do you really need both? Make sure you're not paying like a premium. You're paying like the basic membership if you really like it and you want to keep it, that you don't have any add-ons, because sometimes different subscription companies will have add-ons for extras, your iTunes maybe. So take a look at that and make sure that what you are spending your money on you're getting, or that you're at least using, right? So those are things that I would definitely look at. And there's other apps, right? That there's games like even Candy Crush. As crazy as that sounds, there's people who do spend money on that. So please take a look at that. That's not a necessity. Definitely trim that fat and save money. Another thing I would tell you to do is brown bag your lunch, because going out to lunch is really expensive. It gets really pricey, right? So if you haven't really looked at that, I would encourage you to look at what you spend going to lunch on a weekly basis. And you'd be surprised because it's expensive. If you are just picking up food, it could be anywhere from $10 to $12. If you're getting served by a waiter or waitress, you're gonna probably be looking upwards of $20. So if you can brown bag your lunch and bring it with you to work, and just go have lunch somewhere else, go outside, go to a park, go do something else, but try and save the money. Because if you add that up, it does add up. If you plan your meals, you can plan ahead of time your lunch and your dinner, because eating out at restaurants also gets very pricey. That's one of my personal faves, so I do know that that is very expensive. So that's one thing I would definitely cut back on. Another small tip that I recommend is keep the change. If you're like me and you have a purse and there's always loose change in the bottom, you need to dump that out. Keep that in a container. I suggest an empty water bottle and just dump all your change in there. Once a year you take that to Coinstar. You just have to look it up online and see where they have one. And for a small fee, you can take it into either a Publix or a supermarket. You can dump it all in there and they'll charge you like a small percentage, maybe like a 3%, and it'll change all the money and give it to you in cash. So you can take that and deposit it in your bank. That's one more way to save money. You'd be surprised at how much money you can save that way. Another tip that I would give you is setting up a recurring debit into your savings account. So I wowould schedule this maybe twice a month on the days that you get paid. So when you do get paid, and it really depends up to you and what you're comfortable with in saving. So if you want to start small, you might say, okay, I'm going to take out $20 every time I get paid and put that in a savings account. You might say, hey, I can splurge and do 100. So it really just depends on what your paycheck looks like and what your expenses look like and how much you can actually put into your savings. So another one of my personal favorite ways to save money is with selling items that you already own. So it's a double plus, because you get to clean out your closet or clean out your garage and get rid of things that you really don't need and are just taking up space, and they're probably still in good quality and you can get some good money for them. So look around your house and see if there's things that you really don't need. Also clothes. If you go through your closet, we all have clothes that we just don't wear anymore and we've probably just worn once. So I like to use Poshmark. It's my favorite. It's super duper simple. You take pictures of your clothes, you post it online, you can even share it on Facebook and Instagram, and your friends can even shop in your closet type of deal. So it's really good. They send you the shipping label, you put it on your package and out the door. And it's really, really simple. There's also other things like Facebook Marketplace, which you could sell locally in your area. You can put the items on Facebook, and that's actually kind of nice too, because if you are gonna like have a meetup and give them the item that they're buying from you, you can actually see if you guys have friends in common, and it's a little safer if there's any concern for that. So these are my tips and ideas for saving money, and if you like what you heard, I hope that you will subscribe, and I'm very happy that you're here, and I hope to see you again. Thanks.